여러분 안녕하세요. It's Army Auntie, also 2025 K-Influencer with the K-Influencer Academy. And I'm being interviewed today by a wonderful friend, Cousin F, who you may remember from a prior video from December 2022. So I felt that it was appropriate to come full circle and ask her to interview me. And as you can see, I'm 2 days out from having watched Jin in Anaheim, and I'm still giddy from that. So I may include a little bit of material from that amazing concert. But I'm here to answer some questions. So thank you. Hayora!
So, first of all, you have to tell me a little bit about the Jin concert because I have yet to go, but I will be going. So, can you give us a little sneak peek of what to expect about it?
I would be happy to. It's amazing and it's unique. It's different from Hobie and Suga's concerts in that, and I think most Army know this, it strays a little bit from the classic format. And it's sort of like a Run Seokjin episode. And so he does little games and there are, audience sing-alongs and, different kind of challenges. So in that sense, it's uniquely him and it's delightful. And his voice, yeah, I mean, you'll be blown away. Just sings like an angel. What can I say?
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your channel and like how you got started with it all.
Sure, absolutely. This channel started in December of 2022. And the main reason I did it was because I had a lot of enthusiasm, love, and passion for BTS and their music. But I never saw people even close to my age on YouTube making any kind of videos or sharing any kind of BTS enthusiastic content. And I know that there are millions of BTS fans whom I call Silver Army, which is age 50 and above. And so, and then there's, and I myself am age 65 and above. So it's like, you just don't see it. And I thought, you know what? If you want to see it, maybe sometimes you have to be it. So I decided to start the channel then. And I've just had a great time ever since.
Absolutely. And I mean, like, we all know that whenever we go to any of these K pop concerts, there's just everybody of all ages and groups. So it's really nice to be able to see somebody that is like very passionate about it and shares that interest because that's really how like the K-pop community really grows. So
Thank
it's
you.
really
Yeah.
nice to be able to see somebody else that is of the same group. And so I'm very glad that you started it. If you had to describe your channel or your brand in like one or two sentences, how would you describe it?
So my channel is very modest. I have a few thousand subscribers, so I don't know if I would be brave enough to call anything a brand. But in terms of my focus and just what I enjoy, it's, I guess, the artistry and the skill and just the wonderfulness of the members of BTS. And I think the joy that they bring to other people. And so I want to share that from my perspective. And also, it's a little different because, my channel is not a reaction channel, which is what the classic BTS things tends to be, right? But I knew I didn't want to do that. But I'm Korean American, so I kind of wanted to share things from my perspective. So it's, admiring them and what they do. It's talking a little bit about their lyrics, and it's talking a little bit just about Korean, the language itself. And sometimes I give a few pronunciation tips, those kinds of things. And it's just very, very basic and very straightforward. I'm not a linguist or anything, but I like to do it from that perspective. Just anything that comes to mind to me that I think I want to share this with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, to be honest, because like there's definitely somebody else out there who's just thinking about it. And so just having somebody else kind of put it out there and then you see it, you could just vibe with it.
Totally.
And
Right.
I mean, that's,
So,
yeah, and that's also why they like, came out with all of their language materials and stuff. So
mm-hmm.
it's really nice to be able to see that. Would you say that there was like a special moment that you had that made you want to do this, or like a special moment while you were creating content that like really sticks in your mind?
Um, so I probably the most personal video I've done is one that I did fairly recently um, for the K Influencer Academy. So I was selected. I was very honored to be selected as a member of the K Influencer Academy for 2025, and it is sponsored by the Ministry of Tourism, Sport, and Culture in Korea, and we're provided with different assignments. And so that's one of the reasons I'm being interviewed today. And also, one of the first assignments I was given was what spurred you to love whatever it is you love about Korean culture. And so the video kind of speaks to my mother and just my connection to grieving for her loss and then getting comfort from BTS, which is something so many people have done, right? Is being helped through a tough time or a crisis by their positive attitude and their wonderful music. So yeah, I think that's probably the most personal video I've ever done.
Oh, I feel like that resonates with a lot of people because that's kind of how a lot of people got drawn into BTS. Like whenever
Totally.
you ask a fellow army, like, what got you into BTS, it's always something that like was difficult for them in their life, and then their music kind of touched them because they have such a broad range of music and they all have like really good lyrics. So I feel like that is a really personal story that you have. Um, what direction do you think that your content is going to take now that they're all back?
Well, that's it. That's the direction. They're all back. They're all back. They're, forgive my language, they're grown ass men. They're either in their 30s or almost 30. They've had a very sort of life changing experience being in the military and serving in the Korean military, which I'm sure had its tough moments. And if we remember Festa 2022, the members were talking about how, we're running out of things to write about because all we do is tour and write and tour and write and perform. Well, you know what? For 18 months, they did something very different. And I think hopefully it's inspired a lot of creativity, and I'm sure it has. So I'm really looking forward to chapter 2 and yeah, giving my perspective on it.
Yes, I'm very, very excited. So, um, hopefully, like, I know they all have different directions that they took with their solo content. So, this is going to be
Yes,
very, very exciting for them to come all back in a slightly different way, but still, they still have their same colors underneath.
always,
Um,
always.
would you say that there's certain factors that help when you make your content, or that you consider when you make your content?
Well, sometimes my content is inspired by events, and so that's why I feel like I want to make a comment. Or, um, for example, with Suga and the whole scooter incident, I think that was something that just, I think people around the world paid attention to it and had opinions about it. And so that's why I felt that I had to make my own comment, which I did. So check it out.
Is there a particular aspect of Korean culture, not just BTS, but Korean culture that inspired you the most besides the language itself?
Well, one thing that I think is really inspirational about the Korean wave in general, with all the popularity of Korean food, K dramas, you know, K-pop Demon Hunters is on fire right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I think that fascinates and amazes me and makes me proud as well as a Korean American is, here is this tiny country. So if people may not be aware, but South Korea is one fourth the size of California, and that this tiny country of 50 million people has been able to create culture, content, and information that fascinates the world is a huge accomplishment, I think. And so, yeah, so I think that's what I hopefully try to capture a little bit in the content that I make.
Especially with the K-pop Demon Hunters taking off, and a lot of different groups who've never had the exposure to K-pop is now getting that exposure, and it's really nice
Right?
to see that.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And just to tie it back to BTS, let's face it, without their worldwide impact, there would be no K-pop Demon Hunters. So yeah, it all comes together.
What kind of message do you ultimately want to deliver with your content?
Wow. I think my message is engaging in and engaging in and loving something that brings you great joy, that is positive and life affirming and inspiring, is a wonderful thing at any age. But I think, especially at my age, is extremely affirming. And I recommend it to anybody and everybody.
That's awesome. So
Yay!
I'm so proud that you like went on this journey, because I remember when you were like just started out
Mm-hmm.
and you like were like, I'm just gonna do this. And I like that you have fun with it, because that's the most important thing, and that there really is like more content needed for, the older age group, and I think this is it.
Well, thank you so much. I just want to get them to watch. I know they're out there, so I just want to invite them to come on this journey with me. And I want to say thank you again to you, because you and cousin P were on my second video, and I'm so grateful, because folks should know that although cousin F is so youthful, she is an OG Army. She has been Army since 2013, right? I have that right, correct? Yes. So, por ahead. So I just want to say thank you to Cousin F for joining me for today's interview. I hope people found it interesting and illuminating. And welcome to my channel. I hope you'll keep coming back. And in the meantime, everybody, bye. Anyeong. Jane.